Integers, what are they? Oh, it went down? Okay, start again. So, integers, what are they? They're numbers. Okay.
They're characters.
They're characters? In what show?
Are you writing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you're supposed to be looking at it.
Okay, what else?
I mean, like, is he...
Yes, I am physically writing it on my iPad. It's projecting up to the screen.
I gotta pull. You might want to look at it. Yeah, there it is.
Anything else? They're just numbers, that's it?
No.
Positive and
They're
negative.
positives.
Positive and negative.
Why are you
Positive.
always copying? I'm not. You know I was gonna say it right. I said it.
Okay, so positive, negative, they're numbers. What else?
Remember this one? Last year?
Okay, they're not fractions, good.
Oh, that was it.
But there's, so if they're not fractions,
They're decimals, right?
mm,
No, they're not.
The whole number.
there we go, whole numbers.
I said it first.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so, building off of that, if those are the 4 requirements, so a formal definition, integers are ... what?
Whole.
Dot question.
Whole numbers.
Whole numbers.
So you have to write integers. Do we have to write integers hard?
Say what?
We have to write integers hard.
Whole numbers.
Let's write this.
Yeah. That are
Positive.
positive and negative.
That cannot be fractions. Or decimals. No, they can't be. No,
Good. That's a good definition. Very solid.
I didn't finish this.
iTunes.
iTunes.
Plus iTunes and your Apple ID. iTunes.
Okay? Everybody got that?
No.
Nope. I do.
Okay. We'll wait. Alright. So then, we want to be able to tell whether a number is an integer or not. So, letter A is, well, let's go through one each at a time. So is A an integer?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
No, and 100 is.
C.
Well, letter B. What about letter B?
B, no.
No.
No, why not?
Fraction.
There's a fraction and a whole number. It's not a whole
Okay, so it's a fraction. Okay.
No.
What about letter C?
number. No.
No.
Yes.
Say yes.
No, yes.
Yes.
No.
If you're saying yes, why?
No.
Square root of 2 is 1.
But what is the answer? That's what is asking.
Square root of 2 is decimal.
Yeah, so it's not.
Square root of 1 is 1. Okay, so is square root of 2? Mm-mm. Now, if we had square root of 1, then you would be correct. Yes, it is. Okay? But in this case, no.
And
Okay? What about letter D?
no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
100 is
D?
Yeah,
I
D.
thought it was
D,
Yeah.
as in dog.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That's not one.
E, no.
Yeah.
Why not E?
Because it's
That's a one place.
Well, it's not a whole number.
Yeah.
It's not a whole
Yeah,
number.
It's not a whole number either,
Okay. What about letter F?
No, because it's 3.14 is pi. So it's not a whole number, negative. Wait, am I
It's positive, so it's got that requirement, but it's not. It's only.
Should write these
So-
examples?
Yeah. We move on. The next one now, we want to be able to evaluate when we're adding or subtracting integers. So with letter A, we have 4 plus 7. That's 11. Okay. Now, if we are not quite sure sometimes, we can use a number line to help us describe what's going on visually. So that makes it easier for us to tell where we're going. So like here, if I have 4, so that means starting with 0, I'm adding 4. So I go positive 4 this way, so go 1. Oop. There should be a pointer. Nope, guess not. Just puts a nice big box right there, doesn't it? Okay. So anywho, so add 4, so that gets me there. Okay. So then I'm adding 7 to that. So then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm adding 7. So total gives me 11. Okay. So just something you can do.
Yeah,
So you just do, since it's 4 plus 7, you just do 11.
Yeah.
well, you can just do 7 plus 4.
It's just if you're having trouble, like when we throw in the negatives here, it's to help you sift through that thought process so you don't get lost. So like here, 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Okay? So like I was saying, if you had trouble with that, you could say, starting with 0, I have 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then I'm subtracting 7, so I go back this way 3 more, but then that's 4 more after that.
Well, so you go 3, then you go 0.
So that would be a total of minus 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then that's how I'd arrive at that value over there. Okay? So that's just how you can use that as a tool. You don't have to do it. If you don't need it, you don't have to use it. Okay? Okay, well, letter C, negative 5 plus 6. 1. Yeah. Okay. Now another thing here, when you have opposite signs, I always like to look at which one's bigger. So if you look at 5 and 6, well, 6 is obviously bigger. So 6 is positive, so that means my answer needs to be positive. Okay? So up top, when I had 3 minus 7, 7 is bigger than 3, and the negative is attached to 7, so it should be negative. So it's that kind of way of checking to make sure you're in the right track. Okay? What about letter D? What? No.
Negative.
Negative 19, there you go.
Oh, because you change, flip, something like that.
How did you do that? What's
an
another way of writing it, Muhammad?
so you change the circle of the negative thing plus it,
Okay?
and then you change 11 positive to negative.
Correct. Okay? So then it becomes negative 8 plus negative 11. So then you're adding 2 negative numbers, which should give you a negative number, right? Good. Right?
E is 7.
And then E is 7.
Yep.
Does everybody else agree? So I'm saying 9 minus a negative 2.
No, but those parentheses cancels negative 2 out, which makes it positive.
It is.
It's 7.
Cancels what? Negative out.
When it has that, the 2 changes from a negative to a positive 1.
Isn't it 11?
No, it's 7.
It's 11.
How would it be 11?
Because
Okay.
you have to add.
Yeah.
You have to, because it's
No, I
in
thought
parentheses.
those parentheses were.
You have to add because of the parentheses, you have to
Oh,
change
yeah,
the next,
okay.
the minus, yeah.
So
Positive 11.
So then you change plus plus. I usually think if I see 2 negatives in a row, then it becomes a positive. It's like a double negative makes a positive. I always think English class, but I think what you were thinking was that if you saw like that, or you're thinking what you would do in multiplication, right?
Yeah.
If you saw it, that would make it 7. Like, well, technically that would be 18, but you were thinking subtract those, or one of them goes away, or something like that. So, right. So now that kind of leads us into multiplication and division. So if I have 3 times 6, what does that give me? 18. Good.
Oh,
Right. Letter B, negative 3 times 11.
33, negative 33.
Negative 33, yeah. Okay. 6 times negative 8.
48,
Positive 48.
negative.
Negative, right?
Alright, I was guessing.
Well, don't guess. No. Letter D. What? 24. Good. Okay. So remember, when you have 2 positives or 2 negatives, it always makes a positive. If you have one of each, it'll always be negative.
Negative.
Okay. Same thing with division. So if I have 48 divided by negative 6,
8, negative.
negative 8. Okay. And then
Negative 4.
negative 4 for negative 36 divided by 9.
And positive 25.
And then positive 25. Okay? Any questions on those? Kind of sped through those last ones. No? Yes, it's okay to ask questions. Okay.